Hello everyone, it's Simerie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am doing an overhaul on every single mod in my game. I'm going to be showcasing all of them. I have about 70 or more, I would say probably more than 70 mods in my game. These are my core mods that I just can't live without. Everything will be linked down below, and before we get started, please go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And just for a disclaimer, you guys, please make sure you are reading the creator's instructions on how to download these mods, and please also make sure that you check the compatibility of your mods, because some mods are incompatible with each other and can cause problems in your game. So please download all these mods at your own discretion and do your research. So with that out the way, let's go ahead and go through this showcase of every mod in my Sims 3 game. So first and foremost, we are going to go over all of my visual mods. So the first visual mod I have is the Burnt Waffles lighting mod. I use the Sunlit Tides version, and I have talked about this mod a bunch. It just makes everything in the game brighter, the water, the sky, everything is brighter. Of course I use reshade as well, or I mean G-shade, so please check out the video in the FAQ if you would like your game to look similar to mine. Next up, I use this rainbow pink UI mod. It makes the UI pink with rainbow on it. I've talked about this mod so many times. Everything is just pink and cute and I love it so much. Next up, I have a pretty build tools, which makes them pink. So if you guys can see, the build by stuff is all pink when you pick up objects and things like that, and it's just a small little mod that I like. Next up, I have the pure cast lighting mod that makes createasim brighter, so you can see your Sim's face is a lot brighter in cast. And then I also have the standstill and closer camera mod. So it basically makes your sim stand still. Really love this mod. It also makes your toddlers stand up in cast while you are creating them, and really love this mod. Next up, I have this default replacement phone for the Sims 3 phones. It's just a silver iPhone that is pretty cute. I could probably get a better version, more updated I mean, but I still like it. It's really cute. Next up, I have this no borders mod. So when I pause my game, as you guys can see, there's no like red border or anything like that. It's just a small mod. It doesn't change that much. It's just my preference. Next up, I have this eyelash remover mod, which just removes the EA eyelashes. Since I use custom eyelashes, I just like to remove them. Pretty nice. That's what it looks like. And obviously I wear eyelashes with my Sims, so that's what it looks like when I put them on. Next up, I have the soft pink cast background, which is just a default pink background. I do switch between cast backgrounds, but this is the one I've been using as of recent and I love it. And last of the visual mods, I have this male body edit mod, which basically just changes the way the default body for the males looks. So as you guys can see, his body is looking really nice, but it's because he has the edit on. And I almost forgot to include the hyper real skin edit, which you guys can see like the detail in his skin and like the veins and stuff, because I forgot that this was even a mod. I don't know why I counted it as CC, but I'm just going to include it in this list because it does make my Sims look more realistic in their body and stuff. So yes. Moving on to my Nraas mods. So first and foremost, I have a Nraas careers mod that comes with the Nraas career data school and the Nraas career data self-employed. So this mod just allows you to load custom careers into the game and also book lists and custom skills. And then I use the two modules. So the career one is so that you can have high school or like trade school careers, and then the self-employed one is so that you can make your sim have self-employed careers. And I think you need the ambitions pack for that one. Next, I use Nraas debug enabler so that I can basically see the debug commands and use them in my game to help with performance. I also have Nraas error trap that helps catch and correct data corruption errors. The big one I use is Nraas master controller, which just comes with a whole bunch of different commands and things you can do. You can go into createasim through live mode, you can reset the world, and it just has so much. And then I also use the master controller cheats that comes with different cheats that can help with master controller. And then I also use master controller integration mainly for createasim. Next up, I have the Nraas mover mod, which makes it so that I can move or remove the greater than 8 and the requires adult restrictions in Edit Town when you are moving your Sims. And then I also use Nraas Overwatch, which has a bunch of different settings that can help with your gameplay performance and that you can mess around with. And then I also have the Nraas register mod, which makes it helps me control like different populations in the world, and it helps with game performance. I also have the Nraas sleep freedom mod, and that overrides the requirement that teenagers have to be related to sleep in the same bed together, and just the overall privacy requirement with sleeping together. And then I also have the Nraas traveler mod that makes it so that you can travel to custom worlds for a vacation instead of just the 3 travel worlds that come with world adventures. And then the last of the Nraas mods that I use is called Nraas Woohooer. This just changes the romantic game systems, and it also allows for teen woohoo and pregnancy risky woohoo, so you can get pregnant from a risky woohoo instead of just try for baby / woohoo. I also used to use the Comma Simtra mod, which basically allows a sim to work as a professional woohooer, and it adds a woohoo skill, but I don't really use that mod that much anymore. Also used to use Sims 3 Nraas story progression, but I use a different story progression mod now, but sometimes I would switch to that, so that is also another good mod if you are curious about story progression. Next category of mods are my general mods. So first up, we have the traits enabled for all ages. So this makes it so that babies, toddlers, and children have access to all of the traits, which I find helpful because even though it is kind of awkward to have a flirty baby or like a child with commitment issues, it is useful when you want to have different types of traits for younger Sims. So the next mod we have is the Annie Get Drunk mod, which basically makes it so that your Sims will have different moodlets and actually be affected by the drinks. So as you guys can see, he is drinking and now he is buzzed, and then after he gets buzzed, if he has another drink, he'll become tipsy, and then after he becomes tipsy, I think he'll be drunk, and the drunk moodlet lasts for 24 hours. This next mod is called the Clean House for Everyone mod, which makes it so that any sim in your house, regardless if they have the neat trait, can clean the house just by clicking like the floor and the clean house option, and your sims will just start cleaning anything that needs to be cleaned, and it'll just keep going. Kind of like how the maids work, I think, like they just go and clean up anything that needs cleaning, and it's really helpful. Next up, I have the pregnancy controller mod. So as you guys can see, regardless if your sim is pregnant or not, this will work, but my sim is pregnant right now, so I can go ahead and go to pregnancy options. All of these options will pick up. You can display pregnancy info that'll pop up right here. You can end the pregnancy, give birth now, pause pregnancy, set the chance of multiple births, so if you want triplets, twins, and then you can also set how far along your sim is, and you can also set the sex of the baby and start going into labor right now. So it's very helpful. Also, I have the cancel time off mod. So as you guys can see, my sim is pregnant, but if you want your sim to continue working through their pregnancy, you can go ahead and go to smartphone, cancel time off, and it will prompt how many days you want off. So right now she can take 4 days off and go back to work. And the next mod I have is the faster gardening mod. There are different I guess levels for this mod. I have mine at 75% faster, and yeah, it just improves how quick your sim can garden, and it's very helpful if you play with gardening a lot. Next up, I have the autosave options mod, where you can have a prompt that will automatically set up autosave prompts basically. So you can set it up right here when you click on your sim, enable autosave prompt, and pause after, and then set up a save. And there's different time intervals that you can have it for, and how many different saves you are rotating. I play this family that you guys have been seeing on screen. I play this family on stream, so I have 15 saves rotated so that it doesn't overlap, because I do stream for a long time and I just find that really helpful. And so yeah, if you ever watch my streams and you're wondering what that pop-up is, that is what that is. Next mod I have is the no muted hairstyles or eyes. This mod just makes it so that any traits like your sim's skin, hair, and eye color is actually inherited by one or two of your sims. If you guys remember my first generations family I did, like a lot of the kids from them looked nothing like their parents. They were kind of like randomized gene traits, and I find that to be really annoying because I want my sims to actually look like their parents, especially with the hair color. I hate when, like, if I have a blonde and like a brunette sim, where does like the orange hair come from? Like, I just find that to be really annoying. So this mod fixes that. Next mod I have is the set hour cheat. So it basically makes it so that you can put in a cheat like any other cheat, like testing cheats enabled. Of course you're going to need testing cheats enabled to have this work, but all you have to do is press Ctrl+Shift+C, set hour, and make it whatever time you want. Of course it's army time if you're not used to that. So if you want it to be 5 o'clock for instance, you would just press in set hour 17 and then it changes the time. So I really love that. Like if I want it to be nighttime, set hour, let's say 3 in the morning, you can make it 3 and it is nice and dark out. Look how beautiful this is. And then also Ctrl+Shift+C, set hour 11, so it's the middle of the day again. So yeah, find that really helpful. Also thought it would be helpful to include the smooth patch mod. This mod makes it so that everything loads faster, especially in createasim. I did mention in a previous video that I use an older version of smooth patch mod because a few people have been asking me, like, you know, their smooth patch doesn't work right, and it doesn't like make the game faster, it makes it actually slower or worse. And I'm not really sure why that is, but I've just found the older version to be more useful. So I will have the older version linked down below and you can check that one out and see if it helps. The next mod I have is the late night camera fix. So if you guys have noticed, like when you're playing in apartments, the camera can be really fast. So I have this mod so basically that it slows down the camera, and I just find it really helpful. Like if I'm going into this mode, it's not like all over the place and crazy. Next up I have the teen neck fix. So this makes it so that if you're using custom adult clothing for your male sims, that the neck is not like cut off when you see. And I love this mod. I have talked about it so many times, so definitely check that one out. Next mod I have is the no bad sleep for cheap beds or bunk beds. So this basically makes it so that regardless if you have a cheap bed or not, or a bunk bed, your sim will not have that annoying bad night's sleep moodlet. If you still like that, that's good, but I find it really annoying, so I got rid of that. Next mod I have is the no intro mod, which basically takes away the Sims 3 intro in the beginning of your game when you're loading in. I just find it really useful because I've seen it probably a billion times and I always skip it, so I just removed it for my own sanity. Next mod is the no party limit mod, which basically makes it so that you can invite literally as many sims. There's probably a limit, but I don't think I've ever exceeded the limit because you can literally invite so many sims like with this mod. So like look at all these sims. I don't even know how many this is, but it's really helpful if you want to throw bigger parties or if your sim has a lot of friends and you want to make sure everyone is invited. This next mod I should have probably included in the visual mod list, but this is the zoom in cast mod, which I think uses the pet's camera. So this mod is really helpful for getting super close up in your sim's face. Really love it when you're in createasim. This next mod is called the sleep on sofa mod. So as you guys can see, there is a sleep here option with the couch instead of just the nap and sit. So it's really helpful, especially if you're doing something like rags to riches and your sim wants to sleep on like a random bench out in the world. You can now do that. Or if you're having like a sim spend the night, instead of needing their own bed, they can just sleep on the couch. So find that very useful. And last but not least, out of the general mods, I have the only important memories mod, which makes it so that only important memories are saved. Now, I don't really think I need this mod. I've just had it in my game for a long time because I do have memories disabled completely, but I just have it in just in case. So if you like having your memories on, you can also use this mod. Okay guys, the next mods I have to show you guys are going to be like family type mods. So first we have the additional after school activities mods. So basically it adds all these extra after school activities for your teen and children sims. So I'm gonna have linked all of the ones I use. I use the additional activities, club and activities, music lessons, and sports activities, and you guys can check out all of them. I really love them. They have things like cheerleading club, guitar lessons, gamer club, snowboarding club, things like that. It's really helpful because your sim can also learn extra skills from those clubs that will be all explained on the mod page website. Okay, the next mod we have is these napping mat mods for toddlers. So it's just these little mats that your toddlers can automatically take themselves to bed. So if you have a toddler, then go ahead and click the mod or the mat and press sleep. And then as you guys can see, the toddler is taking themselves to bed, and it is really helpful, especially if you don't have enough space for real cribs. The next mod I have is called the Better Sleeping Babies and Toddler mod. So as you guys can see, this baby is sleeping and all of her needs are going up. Very helpful if you have a lot of kids and you can't like get all their needs up before sending them to bed. Next up, we have the More Toddler Interactions mod, which adds a bunch of new interactions for toddlers, one of them being the play interaction, which I'm showing right now. And you can also sit and feed with them and also cuddle them. And yeah, there's different interactions added for toddlers. Next up, we have the Children Can mods. So this has a lot of mods that you can download, but the only two that I always use because I always need these skills for my kids are the Children Can Garden and the Children Can Perform Music. So as you guys can see, our kid here is going and gardening, and then they can also use the drums and piano and all the musical instruments as children, which I really love. And this is the child using the guitar. It looks the exact same for all the other musical instruments as it does with adults. Next up, we have the Snowcat Activities table, which is a table for your toddlers to learn different skills. So once you download this, if you want to set it to different skills, all you have to do is press shift and click on it, and you can set it to gardening, cooking, handiness, logic, painting, or sculpting so that your toddler can learn skills when they are a toddler. And this is only for toddlers, you guys, not for children as well. Next up, you guys, we have the more baby interactions mod. I have talked about this mod so many times, but this one just adds more baby interactions. So this one right here is the rock interaction. You can also talk to the baby and bathe them and stuff like that. So it's really cute that they have different interactions for the babies now. And then I also have this other toddler interaction mod. It adds different interactions that you can do with your child, or with your toddler, I mean, like explore around, which if you just click on your sim, you can have your toddler sim explore around the room. You can also go ahead and grab a bottle yourself for your sim, and as you can see, she's exploring around. And you can also chat with other toddlers as a toddler, so it's pretty cool. There is also the pickup toddler fix and the toddler routing fix. If you guys have ever dealt with it being difficult to pick up your sims or your toddler sims, those mods help, and I really enjoy it. So next up, we have the toddler can sit with sims and sit on couches. So this basically makes it so that your toddlers can sit on couches and with sims, and it's really nice, especially if you want them to watch TV and things like that. It's really realistic. Okay, the next mod I have is called the Little Biggest mod, which adds more interactions for your little ones. So one of the interactions I love is the play in bowl. My toddlers love doing this one, but it also allows your toddlers to listen to ghost stories, hug adult or child, use toilets, watch ants in the ant farm, splash in a puddle, and just different things for your toddlers. And I just love it. It's a really good mod that adds more stuff for your toddlers to do. And then the next mod I have is called the More Pregnancy Interactions mod, which adds so many interactions, y'all. Like, it is amazing for toddlers to interact with the baby bump, the father of the child, or showing ultrasound pictures. There's so many, y'all. Like, you can even look at your baby bump in the mirror. It's so much. I've talked about this mod a lot. That's the only reason why I'm not going super in depth with all the interactions, but there is so many that this is literally one of my favorite mods ever. And so yeah, I probably will never remove this out of my mods folder. Next up, in its own little category, I have two interaction mods that I absolutely love, which is one, the Romantic Interactions mod. Also another mod that I've talked about a few times on my channel, so I'm not going to go that in depth, but it just adds extra romantic interactions like cuddle, which is what they're doing right now. You can also kiss hand, kiss neck, kiss forehead, kiss cheek. You can have an intimate hug, passionate kiss, spinning kiss, which is probably my favorite interactions. I'll show that one. It's just so freaking cute. Like, I love this interaction. Look at the spinning kiss. Like, literally obsessed with that. So yeah, they add really good interactions for romance. Absolutely love. And then the other interaction mod is another mod that is like a must-have. I use the Deep Conversations mod, which basically adds these little prompts that your sims can interact with. So you can go ahead and press respond, and then it'll have a positive and negative interaction that you can choose from. Some of them can be kind of confusing and cause chaos, but I love it. It really just prompts your sims to do more things. Like right now they're gonna go woohoo because I clicked on that, so let's go ahead and let them do that. But yeah, Deep Conversations is a good interactions mod to add extra drama into your game. And then the last bit of mods I have in my mods folder is going to be my food mods, anything related to food. So first and foremost, I have the cc loader, which this mod is really important because some of these food mods I have, like cakes, they are going to need this mod in order to look how it's intended to look with like some of the slices. Yeah, I went ahead and cleared some space, but the first food mods I have are these birthday cakes that are like these stacks, and I get so many questions about them so many times, y'all, because these are like the cutest cakes ever. Like, look at them. I love these so freaking much, and it comes with so many different like decorations or different styles that you can pick and choose from. Next up, I have these My Wedding Story cakes. That's like a conversion from Sims 4, and these are actually in the microwave section. The other cakes you can find like in the outdoor cooking, but these cakes are going to be found in the small appliances, which is kind of weird, but they are functional. And sometimes I forget I have these in my game because I have had so many weddings and I forget to put these in there. But yes, these are what these cakes are looking like. They are so pretty. Most of these I think have different swatches, so if you go to the page you'll find a lot of these cakes, but I only have like 4 of them in my game because look at how many swatches they come with. Like, it's so amazing. Like, look at that. So yeah, these are all very, very beautiful for your weddings. What you're gonna want is the cc loader mod, which allows custom recipes and custom ingredients and stuff to be able to be loaded into your game. Next up, you're going to want to get the cooking and ingredients overhaul. So basically this adds more ingredients that you can buy from the store, custom ones, and then also it allows you to buy like some of the world adventures like grapes and stuff. For nectar, you can buy them from the store, and it also allows you to use different fruits for making nectar. And yeah, it's also rearranges the shop items. I can't really explain that, but it just does do that. And it also changes the bar hours. You can download a separate thing for that that's on the download page. Moving right along, we also have the custom cake connector mod, which this mod just allows you to use certain some of the cakes that you will see are supposed to have like slices that go with the cake. And so if you want it to look how it's supposed to look, you're gonna need the custom cake connector mod. Next up, we have a scrambled eggs recipe, which I do have my Sims make a lot. It's really, really good. So that's that right there, scrambled eggs. I don't think you need a recipe book for this. I could be wrong, but I really like this mod because there should be more breakfast items in The Sims 3. Next, we have these 2 custom cakes that one is blueberry and the other is mango, and these are so freaking nicely made, y'all. Like, look at how good that looks. I just started using this one not too long ago, but I love these so much. They are so nice. And yeah, I think this one isn't actually for birthdays, but this one is. As you can see, we can blow out candles with that one. Next up, y'all, we have these seasonal birthday cakes that I've been using since forever. So there's a birthday cake for each season. So this is, oh, that's not the right one. Oh, that was the right one. Whoopsies. Okay, that's the summer birthday cake. This is the winter cake, the spring cake, and the autumn birthday cake. So these are all super cute, and you can download them all from the same place. Next up, we have the no leftover spoil mod. I use this mod because I get really annoyed with how quickly the food spoils in The Sims 3. If you forget to put your food away, it's really, really annoying. So yeah, I think there's different notches for this. Like, you can have it like 75% slower, 50% slower. I just made it so that the food doesn't spoil at all because I find it annoying, but it does make it so that there's so many leftovers sometimes. But it's really helpful because I play with a lot of Sims, so I personally like it. Next up, we have this really adorable strawberry cake. Absolutely love. I use this cake all the time. It's super cute and girly. And then last but not least, we have twin simming breakfast. Now she did update this mod recently. I just have not downloaded the most recent version, but what I have in my game so far, it comes with the eggs and toast, the avocado toast, and oatmeal, and these foods look really realistic. I can show you guys the eggs and toast since my sim has already made this one. Okay, well, they ate all the eggs, but you can see the toast right there. But yes, that is the last mod on my list, you guys. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Since that is all the mods I have in my game, and I've honestly been using most of these mods for really long time. I keep everything very organized, and that I pretty much structured the video the way that my mods folder is organized. But of course, I might end up adding more stuff into my game. So if you would like to know about that, I will probably post that in the my mods tab in my Discord server. So definitely join my Discord if you want to keep up to date with any new mods I add to my game. I want to thank you guys so much. If you found this video helpful, or if you liked any of the mods I mentioned, please go ahead and make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you all in my next video. Bye! Thank you so much to my channel members for supporting the channel. If you'd also like to become a member, all you have to do is hit the join button or check out the link in my description. All members get custom emojis, loyalty badges, private Discord channel, and roles, plus a shout out at the end of each video. VIP members get all of that plus access to member-only videos. Thank you all again for your support, and I will catch you all in the next video.